Welcome back to this week's pack update here at the International Wolf Center. We have seen some colder temperatures this past week with the highs below zero, so to make sure that our wolf ambassadors stay warm during these colder times, we make sure to have plenty of warm cover hay at all times for them to rest in, as well as several places of shelter available, such as dens and enclosed medical pens, where they have access to at all times to kind of escape the wind, escape the snow, and hopefully kind of stay a little bit warmer. Wolves are exceptionally well adapted for cold environments. They have a double-layered coat that has guard hairs that protect the body from things like wind and precipitation, such as snow. And they also have a thick, woolly undercoat that traps warm air really close to the body and kind of acts like insulation to help keep that heat in. Some northern populations of wolves, such as Arctic wolves, have a countercurrent heat exchange mechanism that allows for extremities, such as their toes, to be cold without cooling down the whole body, thus minimizing overall heat loss in the system, which is really important when you're trying to stay warm in such a cold environment. Many of you who watch our live cameras may have seen Rika this past week displaying some unusual swaying from side to side. This started early Sunday morning. Wolf care staff came in right away and gave her a physical exam. We didn't find any abnormalities or any additional causes for concern, apart from maybe a little bit of itchiness. But she was alert, she was moving great, she had no instability, but whenever she would kind of close her eyes and relax a little bit, she would start to sway. We did have our veterinary consultant, who is also part of our wolf care team. She came in and did another physical exam on her. Again, not really finding anything out of the ordinary. It's possible she had a response to something she ate, maybe something that was dropped in the enclosure by a raven, or it could even have been a reaction to a mold or fungus within the environment. We've removed some of the older hay and replaced it with straw just to make sure that if there was anything funky in there, that issue was eliminated. Rika seems to only keep getting better. We haven't seen any of that swaying since Monday morning. Thankfully, it doesn't seem to have affected her ability to engage with the rest of the pack. We've seen her continue to interact with the rest of the wolves in both a social manner and within the dominance rank order. One of the newer behaviors that we noted from Rika is her barking and bark howling at Grayson when he's correcting Kaz. So for wolves, barking can be an alert or a warning to the rest of the pack, but it can also be a way to show aggression in defense of the pack. So we have seen Rika be defensive of Kaz in the past. A lot of you may remember it was in the form of a grab bite to Grayson's rear. And while she still does this on occasion, it definitely seems to be less so than it was last year. Even with this heightened intensity and vocalizations from Rika, we continue to see a lot of social behavior between her and Grayson as well. It's definitely going to be an interesting time of year. Breeding season is just around the corner in February, so we expect to see quite a bit of interesting behaviors in the next couple of weeks here. We'll definitely continue to monitor Rika's health really closely, but we have really high hopes that whatever was in her system has finally left. It seems to be that she's back to her normal self and that she's returned to her usual antics. Thank you so much for all of your support and for checking in on our ambassador pack. If you want to watch our live cameras, make sure you go to wolf.org and you can see what the pack is up to at any time of the day.